Hello, 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 everyone. This is Ellen Campbell with Campbell's Creations.
Hello, everyone. This is Ellen Campbell with Campbell's Creations.
Welcome, 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 welcome in. Um, Let me see. Can I get you here? Popped in. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to put my. I can see it better when I can use my phone. Have a bit of pick me up and some water. Today, I'm going to be chatting and discussing my threads. Lately, I've been shopping for threads and purchasing threads. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, Sandra K. She said, hello, Miss Ellen. How you doing? So glad you're here. Hello, Sewing Sensation by Shady Susan. Hello, hello. How are you, Betty Harris? Hello, Ellen. She says, hello, Miss Ellen. I'm here. Hello. How y'all doing? Today, I'm just going to be doing a little discussion about the different threads I've been purchasing lately. Um, I'm going to start off with my quilt shop visit. I picked up a yard of burgundy fabrics here, and I picked up a few spools of thread when I went to the Bernina shop. And I just needed 1 yard because I'm doing binding this color for the quilt. I ruler quilt and free motion quilt mixed all up together. I'll be adding some of that burgundy binding to it. Um, Hello, Emily. Let me see. Sewing sensation. I'm doing good, sewing sensation, Susan. Uh, she said, yes, that was a good one. You on the long arm. Yes, it was. I was trying to do the wishbones in that triangle. Y'all excuse me. Um, I was trying to do the wishbone, but that machine was so gentle to the touch. I think I was just over handling it because I couldn't get my wishbones to line up. But then when I had one finger on it and I could move it around with one finger, this is a Bernina Q20 I was test driving. And that machine was just glide with one finger. I mean, I was letting y'all know I didn't have any vibration. A lot of time when you test drive a machine, you get a little shaking and vibration and stuff. I didn't get none of that recoil, none of that. Those some great machines. Um, okay, I got the fabric and I also purchased um two 6 spools of this kind of isocore thread. Let me see if y'all can see that 40 weight isocore. And the reason I got this one is because it was variegated. This one's variegated and blue and white, and I have more blue and white fabric that I have projects that I will have to complete with. And I'm getting my thread. I have more thread, but I have them in containers in my sewing room upstairs, and I didn't just go get that because I'm showing y'all what I purchased like recently. Okay, I have two of the blue and I got two of the gold They all 40 weight. Mm. I hope I ain't losing any. And they have 1,000 meters or 1,094 yards of thread on each spool. And I got some, okay, I did lose one. I got some of the silver. It didn't go for 2 spools of the silver. Isocore. Let me see if I can hold it right. And they all 40 weight. I purchased these because I know I'm going to be doing some practice videos with y'all on showing y'all how I'm doing my ruler quilting, getting more deep detail. Um, and I'm going to tell you, ruler quilting is nice and fun, but you will have to mark your fabric. If you're doing dot to dot or lines, you will have to mark your fabric. And I'm trying to see did I miss anybody. Hello, the confident quilter. Hello, everyone. She says, "Hello, Gladys Paul. How you doing, Gladys Paul?" Yes, my long arm is like that. Also, so easy to move. That is amazing, Susan. That Shady Susan. That's amazing. Sewing sensation with Shady Susan. That machine is beautiful. All I could tell y'all. Okay, showing y'all these little small spools here. And now I'm going to show y'all my bigger spools that I use. I get these from Walmart. They are the Sure Lock for sergers, but I use this thread to do some of my piecing, do my piecing work. And the reason I use this because I can see this white better. I can manage this white better, and it works perfectly with my machine. So I don't have any issues using this thread. It's a Coats and Clark's and is 100%, 100% spun polyester. It have 3,000 yards on this cone. Now these are the cones that I prefer to use, and I have a net on my spool where I use a thread net with these cones to keep everything in order and in line. And then if I can turn y'all just a little bit here. Okay. You can see my thread on my machine, and it's go up into the thread guide that comes attached to the machine. And this net help keeps everything where it belongs. I I know I had more than one thread net, but I done misplaced one, so I'm gonna have to order some more. I forgot where I got it from, but I will find them. I just go online and search it. Um, I have I gets a lot of this white when I can. I have more white than any other colors. Um, I get black. 2 spools. I bound about 2 spools per cone. I get the light blue. So if I'm testing anything or doing some work with blue, I have that. I get gold. I have 2 golds like this. And I have some more gold and store in my box upstairs, as well as the white. And I also the red. But I get more of the white than anything because they only like $2.40 or $2.50 for 1 spool. And when I get 2, I consider that as $5 well spent. I also purchased some thread from, I can't remember the name. It's the thread something. The thread. I got a tall spool here. If I can let you see the front, that way you can kind of see information for yourself. And I forgot where I really got it from, but it was the thread. The thread. I would have to exit out my phone, but I needed to keep up with the message. I'm thinking it's the thread, some kind of thread shop online. I have got that, and then I've showed y'all this once before, but from that same thread shop, it's thread art. That's what it is. I got it from threadart.com. And these are, if you can see that, the glow in the dark threads I got from threadarts.com. I got 2 of this light green. I don't know if you can see the colors on here, but this is light green. And my signal got my picture looking a little blurry. It's my internet, everyone. My internet is kind of storming this way. And I have a blue. This is a blue come from the thread art place. But this says made in China. Now I got this because I'm looking forward to either doing some of my test fat quarters I put together. I'm considerably thinking about putting them into pillows using some of the glow in the dark thread. I have 2 spools of these, but I dropped one over there and I haven't dug for it yet. And I was showing y'all these because these are a lot of different thread. I have some more. I have Aerofield that I have used once or twice, and for some reason my machine don't like the arrow. The If I'm saying it correct, the Aerofield, but it should work on another machine I have. And I mostly focus on, I have a notification blocking me, y'all. I'm sorry. I focus on the polyester in my thread. Uh, okay, since Sewing Sensation by Shady Susan said, I will have to check them out. All right, that sounds good. Thank you, Sewing Sensation by Shady Susan said, thumbs up, please, to help Miss Ellen. Y'all, please give me the thumbs up. It'll help others to find my channel. They might need help with thread. And as you notice, some of my thread is 40 weight, which is these down here. And I find 40 weight is a nice number to have on thread for your quilting. And I use the quilting needle. And my favorite quilting needle is the 9014. And lately I've been getting these universal. I've been using universal needles where I get 5 in the pack. My machine really liked the organ needles though. I mean, I have broke so many of these because my machine really liked the organ needles, and the organ needles last much longer in my machine. I've been trying to find where you get them bulk, like to get a bulk pack of organ needles, and that haven't worked out for me just yet. So if anybody know, I left 2 of my emails in the description of this video. Y'all is very much welcome to ask any questions you need to ask. Send me messages or whatever in this video. I left 2 of my emails. One of them comes straight to my phone in my hand, and the other one go to my other phone that I have to go back and check. The one I use for YouTube. I saw a bunch of messages jump through. Hi, Kathy with Kathy. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Deb. Welcome, welcome. The plug mama quilter. Woo, that sounds awesome. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad to see y'all in my chat. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in. And today I'm just discussing the threads I use, the different kinds of threads. And it's so much more threads out there you will find. I have threads on my shelf over here that you can use for couching. When you quilting and you use that couching, put on your couching feet, and your needle automatically tacks it down and create whatever design you're trying to create. Because I thought about using that couching method to make my letters for my Wakanda quilt that I've been working on. And I kind of put Wakanda on the back burner, y'all, after I started getting sick, sinuses, cold, whatever was going on with me. I had to rest up so I can get my strength back. But yes, um, it's a varieties of thread that you can use in quilting. Some of the threads you can also, excuse me, you can also use as floss tube thread, and I have some of that as well. But it's a heavier grain of thread, and you can break it down from 3 ply, 2 ply, 4 ply, how many plies it is, you can just break them down. But when you break them down like that, you got to have another spool to roll a piece on as you untwine it. If you're going to untwine all the layers, then you're going to need 4 extra spools and put them all on their own spool with a small piece of tape to tape the end down and keep rolling. Um, yeah, I was thinking about, talking about my threads. Oh, and I have more threads coming, more thread on its way. I found some brothers variegated threads on Amazon.com, and I have like the picture you see on this video, I have like 4 packages of those spools of thread like this to it. So I did it like that so I have enough thread to finish 1 or 2 quilts, because this is only like 1,000 yard spool. And if I need 4,000 yards, then I have 4 spools where I can finish a king size quilt. You can choose to use a different color thread in your bobbin if you like, depending on what the background to your quilt gonna be. And this just some of the options and choices I put for myself to be able to decide what color I want underneath. Um, I have my coats quilt bind up, hand binded, and basted all up and fold up and ready to go. But I thought I was gonna start on it today, but my back is kind of bothering me, y'all. So I will be postponing that until I feel better. And I will sit here and start right here on my domestic. I be wanting everybody to see that I quilts from my domestic. Um, Let me see, can I move this keypad here? I got blessed to obtain me another computer too as well, because I'm still trying to figure it out. It's an Apple Macintosh all in one, and I'm still trying to figure out excuse me a minute, let me wipe this, make sure that ain't bad. Can y'all see me now? It still look a little blurry, but I'm working trying to get my threads. I don't keep my threads out either on a shelf. I don't put it on a shelf. It determines the life of your thread. Your thread probably should be packed down in something dark, like a tote, red tote, blue tote, something light can't just penetrate through. And I keep my thread out of the light way if I possibly can, because thread it kind of draws the life out of. I think I got it twisted a little bit. I'm saying the light kind of draws the life out of your thread a little bit. Some people keep their threads in a dark closet. You go in, turn on the light, choose the color you want. Then when you come out, you turn off that light and close the door. So I understand that, because you want your thread to last as long as possible. And I just keep them in a dark, cool, dry place. No refrigerator, just dark, cool, where it don't get the sweat or anything. Not that I know that thread sweat or not, but that's just my choice. Put it somewhere where it'll be in a dark place. My experience with thread, it will dry rot on you if you let it get too much sunlight. It will dry rot on you. And that comes from years and years of sewing. Years and years. My experience from it. I have another notification on block here. Anybody have any questions regarding threads or anything? If I can't answer, maybe somebody in the chat can answer. Betty Harris said, I got the opportunity to quilt a quilt for what, a neighbor. It's her mother's quilt is 40 years old, so I am going to make my time. I am so excited. That's a blessing, Miss Betty Harris. That's a blessing. I'm happy for you. I encourage everybody to come out of their comfort zone and try something new. Try something different. You don't know what all you like about quilting just yet. I even like applique quilting. I only done like maybe, well, you know what? Over the history of my time, I done did a lot of applique quilts. Some of my hand applique them, go around the edges with a hand needle sewing my edges down, which gave them a beautiful design stitch around it. And Sewing Sensation by Shady Susan said, "Oh goodness." And Betty Harris, that is exciting. I wish you luck for sure. I wish you luck too for sure. And enjoy the process. Take your time. I always thought when you was quilting, you have to hurry up and do it. Y'all might see me sewing fast. I'm slowing that stuff down. I'm slowing it down because I learned when I slow it down, I can turn out a beautiful quilt. And that just, nobody never told me to slow it down. I slow it down. It'd be beautiful. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm a bit blurry, but I think that's doing to my internet. Sewing Sensation Susan said, that is a great idea, Miss Ellen. And Miss Kathy Quilts from Miss Kathy from Kathy Quilts and Crafts said, bye, Miss Ellen and everyone in the chat. Have a great day to you all. Thank you, Miss Kathy, for dropping in. I'll be catching up on your channel as well. Thank you so much. Um, I wanted to go back and talk about this one. I got it from Thread Arts too. I was trying to remember where I got them from, but this come from Thread Art. And this is a gigantic, tall spool of thread. And it's Wonderfield. This is 100% polyester Wonderfield thread. And I would love to have some more big cones like this, because I know when I start a large quilt, if I have a cone like this, I can go ahead and thread up say 30 bobbins. Thread of me 30 bobbins, because I know if I got a big quilt, I'm going to use at least 30 bobbins on this machine. 30 bobbins and take the rest and just, quilt with it. I have my bobbins already lined up, ready to go. So when one run out, I can just replace it and put another one in. I turn on the light to the machine to see would it help with the glare some. Because I was lucky enough to get me one of these little script lights for your sewing machines. And yes, I got it from Temu. It was decent price on Temu. And I need to go back and get me about 10 of them. Because I got my black senior that y'all see on my page, that machine. It gonna need a strip light under. And I have a Brothers that's so zigzag. It gonna need a strip light. I have the little featherweight. Oh, excuse me. Y'all excuse me. I don't know what's going on with me. I've been getting my sinuses or something is bothering me, and I went to the doctor Sunday. They gave me 2 shots. 2 shots. And I like sharing what I do and my ideas. Now I know a lot of people might not have a thread net for a cone like this. Let me pause y'all a minute. Excuse me. It's like urgent for me. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I'm sorry about that. My sinuses is really, really chronic. I have so much be going through my sinuses. It's not even funny. And I ain't gonna even dwell on it, but yeah. I don't know whether it's the TMJ thing working on me or just sinus infection, but I got 2 shots from the doctor yesterday. So I have more threads. I just don't have them all here with me. And you have to be very, very careful. When you buying from the marketplace and you buying threads from somebody, they saying, "Oh, this is a estate sale. My wife or my mother, my sister, or somebody used to be a quilter and they sew and they had accumulated all these different kind of threads that has never been opened." And you already like, well, first thing I be asking myself is how long they had this thread. How long could they possibly have purchased it? A lot of time it help if they have a receipt of where, they purchased some of it, but I know they won't have it on all of it, to see, how long that thread been around, because it can dry rot. And if it's not kept in a dark, like a wooden cabinet or a metal cabinet, something away from the light, it can dry rot. And I would hate to have some glow in the dark thread been sitting on the shelf for 10 years and then it ain't no more good. But then I don't think it gonna sit on my shelf no 10 years, no way. Something gonna get made out of it. What y'all think about that? Thank you, Miss Kathy. You have a great day too. Anybody have any questions? I have ran into some thread issues where I used to love to hand quilt, quilt by hand. And I mean, that's patient. That's some good patience, but it's relaxing. You can listen, put your earphone on and listen to your music, or if you like gospel, listen to your gospel. If you like classical music or something like that, just listen to what you like to do and take your time and hand sew. I used to love to do that for my mom, hand sew when I would visit, go home and stuff, and she have her quilts ready. She said, I got this sandwich for you. I need you to quilt. I said, come on. I go on hand quilt for her. I loved it doing that, y'all. I really do. I haven't hand quilted in a long time now, but I do have a frame. Well, I have. I think I have two frames that I can hand quilt on because I have one of those Flynn quilting frames. I have that Flynn. You can also do a free motion with it the long way. I have the hand quilting frame, the wood one, that long that you can put leaders on and put your quilt on and then sew it by hand across from edge to edge. I have that one. Have I have the Hindenburg quilting frame as well. It's a long I was thinking it was a 12-foot, it might be a 10-foot frame, but it's long. It's extra long. Extra long. And I can put a quilt on it and hand sew, take my time and stand in front of and hand sew on it. But I will have to be standing. Um and I have the cutie frame. I don't think I'm gonna practice hand quilting on no cutie frame. I'm gonna keep that cutie frame to put my smaller quilts on it. So when I'm machine quilting, I'ma slow myself down and hand machine quilt on it. I also want to give it a try and use it and see how I do for embroidery. Um I might have to put the brother machine on there and choose the stitches I want and see how it will stitch down my edges for my embroideries. Cause I do have some quilts I have to finish. I have uh the African map or continent pieces that I made. I want to embroider them down and do a quilt with that, but I was thinking to add some more continents to it, like the continent of the United States, the continent of South America, and the continent of Australia, the continent of Europe or Asia, all of those. Just add them in. What make up the world? And I'm call my quilt. We are the world. That was funny to me. We are the world. I keep having notification pop up. Mm. Let me check my comments right quick. Miss Betty Harris says, I had a big spool of thread that wouldn't fit on my machine. So I put it in a cup with lid, ran the thread through hole. It worked great. Yes, it does. And that's another tip I share too. Um, I buy the tall thimble cups with the hole in the center. I don't get it with the hole on one side because that's like a thermal cup. I get it with the hole in the center, like when you go to Walmart and you see the big, tall, wide cup with the hole in the center. Okay, I open that cup, I take the straw out and put the straw up. Then I open my corner thread and I will put it inside the cup and take that tail of thread and run it straight up through. Then I lock my top back on my thread so my thread won't fall out, or if it get knocked down, it won't get my thread dirty. Excuse me. Once I get it like that, you can set that cup on the floor. You can set it on the floor behind your sewing machine and come on up. If you got this thread rack here, one of these that hold it, you can guide it on through that, and then I guide it on through the eye of my machine and go thread it up like a regular machines. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. I don't know what's going on with me. But yes, I love those cups. And I was using a cup with my senior 2404 sewing machine. And I'm not sewing on it right now because a gear broke in it, and I'm going to get it fixed. I got a price quote of like $75 to fix the gear in it. So I'm going to take it back and go ahead and fix that gear so I can use that machine. That's my favorite zigzag sewing machine. My daughter purchased it for me for a birthday gift way back, maybe 20, 25 years ago. And I'm still holding on to that machine. I'm sorry I'm drinking some of this Mountain Dew because it helping me with this hiccup or whatever I got going on. I think it's burping or something, but it helping me with that. And my trip to the sewing shop was so awesome, y'all. And I was in that town of Naperville, Illinois. I probably can't say it right, but I'm trying. And something just told me to Google, see is there a quilt shop around me. And I got on there and said, Siri, from my location now, find the locust quilt shop. And it popped up. And when it popped up, I called the number and I scheduled me I talked to the young lady and asked her a few questions. When they said, yeah, we do demonstrations and hands-on, you know, to let you test drive one. And I was like, really? I said, well, schedule me. I'll be there by 9 o'clock. I'm already in town. I said, I would love to test drive one. And when I went into that shop, y'all, they were so beautiful. They were so wonderful. They was a very, very nice, polite people running that shop. So if y'all interested in trying Bernina, and if y'all close to Naperville, Illinois, Google them, call them up, and go in. Test drive you a Q20. They have the Q24 too, but the Q24 is a larger machine, and they set it up on a larger table, a 13-foot table, y'all, a 13-foot quilting frame. But it come with a big, wide computer screen that do automation. So I got the information and the details for all of that. For all of that. So I just been kind of waiting it out, waiting it out, waiting it out. And when things happen, I plan to go back to that very shop. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to call before I go because she already told me, where she said, where we at and where you live, we will have to charge you a delivery fee because I'm about 3 or 4 hours from Naperville. And for them to drive all the way here, deliver a long arm and set it up, and if I get automation to set all that up, they charge a fee. But they were sure to tell me they have great maintenance services. They say you have any problem, they got somebody on call to help you troubleshoot and everything. Let me check my message because I don't want to skip nobody commenting. Uh, Hello, TJ Crawling. She said, "Hello, Miss Ellen. I'm so happy to see you. I'm happy to see you too. I've been trying to keep up with you on Instagram. I love to see when people making beautiful stuff and sharing it and posting it. I love it. I really do. And I've been studying ruler quilting, and ruler quilting is a beast for me, which I love. A lovable beast, okay? A lovable beast. And I done moved my feet. I probably put it in here. If y'all really want to learn how to quilt your own quilt, somebody that ain't never tried to experience ruler quilting, I recommend that you try it. I recommend that you go out, borrow some out of ruler if you have to, but you have to get the right quilting feet for your sewing machine. Here it is. This is mine for my Juki. This is the foot for my Juki, and it fits on there and it works good. But if you decide to try ruler quilting, I recommend that you get your ruler foot, get your sewing gauge, and get whatever pattern ruler it is that you'll be using. And I'm going to show y'all again on this video the reason why. I try to tell everyone the right stuff to use because I know I'll make mistakes sometime too. If you're going to do straight stitching, go ahead and draw you a grid across your whole quilt. It's like a big outline grid. And you use your marking tools, which I shared with y'all. You can use this water-soluble pen, or you can use the heat erasable pens. And you get the heat erasable pens from Amazon. I forgot what they call them. The start with an L, fraction or some type of pens. I thought I might have had one in here, but other soluble pens come from Walmart. Mine's did. And you can get them off Amazon. You can get the chalk pen. But like me, when I'm using this royal blue and white with the coats and stuff, that means I might have to go with another marker. But I do have some different color marking pens. I have the yellow one and the brown, kind of like a graphite or something color. Let me check that. And I also got the chalk, regular school chalk, y'all. What you do, get you that pencil sharpener for the fat pencils, and you can sharpen your chalk down to give you a point. Once you got your point, then you can mark and highlight. Chalk will wash out. I have even used this kind of chalk. This the Dollar Tree Craft Deco chalk writer, the pen you can get from the Dollar Tree. But I'm gonna tell you, test your fabric before you go any further. That way, your fabric might be different from the fabric I'm using. Test your fabric, mark on it, and then wash it. You can wash it by hand or wash it in the wash machine. Either way you want to wash it to make sure your marking's gonna come out. I was needing this. When I started telling y'all to go ahead and test yourselves, I got this kind of sewing gauge from Temu. This is a sewing gauge, and you can see if I get a little closer, it got the 1/4 inch. That 1/4 represent the 1/4 inch for your rulers, and you're gonna need this to line up your ruler to match whatever you're gonna match, because this ruler feet, when it's on, your machine is, when this ruler foot is on, the needle, what I'm trying to say, the needle is automatically a 1/4 inch from where you want it to stitch. So if you want to line up where them stitches are connecting and look whole and real, line your ruler up with that 1/4 inch, and where it come out at, that's where that needle gonna land. So I keep sharing and keep telling y'all the importance of this, because I haven't found a ruler quilter that expressed the importance of the sewing gauge or the measuring gauge. And you can get these in all different kind of styles too. Get a closer look again, because Amazon have them. Temu have these. This one come from Temu. And I'm sure a few of the sewing shops and SewSteady.com might have one, because they actually teach ruler quilting. SewSteady.com is where I was taking my classes with. And once you finish your class, they give you a certificate. And when you go in wanting to learn, wanting to see what they have to offer. If you go in one of the class, don't be afraid. All you have to do is put you together 2 fat quarters and make a sandwich out of them, and use that sandwich to practice your stitches. And it help incorporates you using smaller stitches. It help incorporating your design capability. It help you to think abroad on your designs to help you to get what you want. I have a picture that my one of my stepsons drew for me of a angel, and I want to make that angel into a quilt. I supposed to have been did it a long time ago and gave it to his dad, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So now I would like to still make that quilt. And when on this angel, his wings are open, and on all those open wings, I've been learning how I can do each line for a feather. If y'all can understand what I'm trying to say, with the wings open, I'm trying to design it off where you can really see the feathers in the wings. That's what I'm not gonna leave this out. I'm gonna put it back in my box. I label my box for my stuff for each sewing machine. Each sewing machine have a box with its own tools that I have to use. And some of them plastic container boxes, some of them box like that, and they be different stuff. Um, I'm not able to start sewing here just yet, because I have to move this bigger computer in front of me, and because my big quilts have a big drag to them. They have a drag, and I've been studying a way how you can avoid that drag. One way is to use some folding tables. You know, you can get those 6 feet long folding tables. And if you find them on the marketplace, you probably can get them cheap, around $25 or so. Uh, yeah, go ahead and stretch you out 2 behind your machine. So when the quilt get over, it gonna go down a little bit, but the drag to pull it back will not hurt you. You will have help because it's already in the air. And And for the ones that be interested in doing poster stamps, to keep from sewing them seams twice, make you some homemade starch and put on there. When you iron your seams open with that homemade starch, it lays them all the way open. And the reason I request to lay them open, to iron them open, is because when quilting that quilt top up, if you got a bulge in the intersections of your seam, a ruler foot is not gonna go over it. A ruler foot is not gonna want to just, sew on through that. It gonna stop. And then you're gonna have to lift up your ruler foot and try to ease over with a few steps and let the foot down to try to go head on. But to keep from running into a situation like that, I would recommend you starch it down good. If it's stiff as a board but it's laying flat, you got just what you want. You got just what you want, because your hopping foot, your quilting foot, all of it are gone right on through it. Hop on over it. You won't have a big old packy, bulky knot where to break your needle. If y'all experience that needle break, y'all know what I'm talking about. Hi, Denise O'Patrick 33. She said, hello, Miss Ellen and everyone. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So happy to have y'all. I've been just going on and talking about different threads, y'all. But my favorite thread I sew with when I'm piecing is this Sherlock. And it's 100% polyester, and it's 3,000 yards on this cone. Now, you see that hole in the bottom of that cone? I might have shared with y'all once before how I use them on my machine. Okay. I ain't gonna unthread it. I'm gonna let the thread fall. You see, I have a smaller spool jammed up in this hole, and I stick that thread tower through the smaller hole, and that's how it holds my cone up there. My cone don't have to move, it just sits in place. And the feed from the thread that go up, it just feeds it out, and I have a thread net on here. Can y'all see that thread net? I keeps a thread net on my spools of thread. And it works. It works good every time. And I just put that back on there, and as I go to sewing, it'll get that slack, take up that slack. I put my I put my feeder foot on there. My for doing straight stitching, walking foot. I put my walking foot on the machine, and I think I'm not going to use the walking foot because I want to use the spiral ruler to quilt, and that's what I'm going to use to quilt this up. Anybody have any of this? The different weights of the threads. The different weights of the threads you put in your machine. I use the 40 weight because the 40 weight won't break as quick. And I like polyester thread because polyester have a high shine to it, and it don't break as easily as a cotton thread. A cotton thread is good thread, but once it been in the light and been exposed to the sun and stuff, it breaks like a soft piece of cotton. It just come loose. I got a notification blocking me again. Yes. And I just come on here a few minutes to talk to y'all about the threads, because this was my live day, and this is something I really wanted to share with y'all. And just to keep reminding y'all, if you want to try ruling quilting as well, You know, take a class. Go to SoSteady.com, take a class, or go to somebody you know how to do it. You can even chat with a friend, video chats, and do a class, show somebody how to do it. And you can really learn. You can really learn. I started off by watching YouTube videos, somebody quilting, ruler quilting, and then some of them take their ruler quilt and mark the quilt. They'll call it dot to dot. Go to point dot A to top dot B all the way till they get to C. And once they get there and finish it, it'd be beautiful. Hi, Jazzy Joyce. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. She said, hope all is well. Just saw you were live. You were on. Thank you for popping in and say hello. I've been missing you. I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back with y'all. Um, I've been working on trying. I had started off working on my African brother and African sister quilt, and the pattern to my African sister, it has a discrepancy in it, and I've been trying to work out that discrepancy myself to see, you know, if I'm sharing it with somebody, what I need to tell them, because we would like getting our projects done when we're ready to work on it. I got a lot of catching up to do. Spring is in the air and it's coming. I got my 2 4-star general quilts to finish that I had started and didn't finish. Got sick too much, way too much. But I'm going to get them done. I'm going to get them completed. And I know once I get started, once I get them going, once I hit one block, I like to do this block in one color and the same block in the next color. So I'll be like, okay, I accomplished that. And once I'm done, I'll be done with them all. I just have to put them together. I know I'm talking a lot with my hands, y'all. Um, I got some cutting to do too. I'm getting ready to put the binding on the quilt. I finish on my machine here with the rulers, decorating and free motion together. I see some areas where I could have probably did a little better, but I'm learning too. Like I said, this is Campbell's Creation, learning to quilt, sew, and quilt. Yes. Um, I'm gonna go on, let y'all go. I'm not gonna keep y'all. And once my package come in with the rest of the thread, and I have quite a few packages coming, y'all. I have 2 of the cabinets, craft cabinets coming. I have 15 yards of zebra prints and 10 yards of leopard prints, and the 4 package of um the thread. What you call a mixed color thread? Boy, my mind. Um, this is a gold color here. I like that little gold. Can y'all see that gold in this thread? I like that shining gold. Uh, Actually, I have a quilt I can put this in, and it will work beautiful. I mean, it matches perfect. Mm, I'm missing some thread. I done knocked something down or something. I'll find it in a little bit. But thank y'all for watching. Please share my video and do give me the thumbs up. If y'all like anything I share in my videos, continue to stick around and we can learn and grow together. If you have any questions, I left 2 of my emails in the description of this video. So I know your message will get through to me. It been something kind of a little shady going on with the phone system, but that'll be all right too. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna let y'all go now. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye now. Till next time.